And that's actually why I traded him, because Mobley showed some flash. So let's see what he can do here. Boyd looking wide open receiver, and it's a touchdown. It's Xavier Legette. What was that? A little like a wheel route out of Legette, and there was nobody over there. Not a soul. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It has been a while. I know. It's back. We're back. Okay, we are back with the Panthers franchise, and I know it's been a while, and I'm sorry. I guess I want to start this video off just explaining things and what I've been doing lately and whatnot. So, I have recently rejoined, and like this was quite a while ago, but I didn't really reinvest in like the time management of it until I'd say the last month or two. But I did rejoin the RFL. What the RFL is an amazing league. If you don't know what it is, I highly suggest that you check it out. And I will be doing a video introducing what I do over there and the team that I have and all that stuff at some point, but that's for a different video. But that does require time. It requires some sacrifices. And I also, of course, have a life, right? I have, IRL stuff that I got to take care of. I'm a father, as some of you know, most of you might know. So that's a lot of responsibility as well. And on top of that, I have been working on stuff on the side, but I just keep getting carried away with it, I think. So I'm trying to reel myself back in. I'm starting to get towards the end of that project, and I want to, at that point, really start to just focus back on what my meat and potatoes are, and that's been franchise. And for my franchise fans, I am sorry that I have been sidetracked and trying to put my time in so many different places, and I gotta reconfigure things, and I'm working on that. Just know. But we're back today, and we gotta catch up. We gotta get this franchise going, because I've been failing, to be very frank about it, and I don't want that to be the case. So I am learning how to balance my time better with the newly added RFL back in. For those of you who don't know, I was a big part of the RFL for many years. Went our separate ways for a little while, and that's when I really started, getting into the groove with the channel here. And now that it's back, it does take time. It takes a lot of time, even if it's not like content related stuff, like just going through stuff, figuring out what I want to do next for my team. Like it's a big thing, and I just want to make sure that I'm giving the proper time to everything, and I am trying to get to that point in my life again with all the stuff that I'm doing right now. And then that's, of course, outside of the stuff that I have to put number one and number two, which is my child, and of course my job in real life, because that's what's paying the bills right now. So that is where things are at. And I apologize for the inconsistencies, but I have been working on stuff, and I want to show you what I've been working on, because you guys have saw me post a couple of videos of, it's called Freshen Up Your Franchise. I'm going to rename that, and I'm going to make like a whole little section of a playlist of just the team building stuff. But I'm making teams for you guys to use in franchise, and I'm working on making a full league, like straight up, of all customized teams. And I'm going to show you exactly what I've been working on and where my time has been going, which I'm not saying is correct, because I know that I've been putting more on this than I should have been, and I should have been focusing more on videos. But I have so much fun with this, guys. This is what I've been working on. You guys who haven't seen a lot of these teams yet are probably going to be seeing them shortly. I have been working like a crazy to put all these teams together and make them as good as possible, and redesigning the uniforms a few times. But what I want you guys to realize, I want you to look at these logos. These logos are legitimately like custom logos. I did not take somebody else's logo and just recolor it. A good chunk of these are AI created. Another good chunk of them are ones that I paid for from like graphic sites or like vector sites or whatever you want to call them. I've been working really hard on this, and I really love what I'm putting together. I'm trying to put together things to where there's going to be you're going to have 8 divisions, and things are going to make sense, and it's going to be all over the country, and some new teams and some fresh looks, and some that are going to look similar to pro teams, because obviously good color combos get used, right? So I had a few comments like, "Oh, you made this team." Yeah. I mean, there's not infinite colors in the world, right? And there's not infinite color combos that work. So there are going to be teams that look similar. But anyway, this is what I've been working on. As you can see here, I mean, I got a lot of teams, and I've only shown like 5 or 6 of them so far. Yeah, I showed this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I think that's it. All I know is that I have been working like crazy to get all these teams out, and I'm excited to share them all with you. And it's getting there, okay? But it's taking some time, and I'm working on it, and we're gonna get there, and it's gonna be great. I've made some reworks to some teams, so if you guys have downloaded some teams of mine, and like before, they're probably different now. Like the Spartans for sure. I completely revamped that team after finding this other logo here. I'm not show you guys all this stuff here. You're gonna have to watch the videos for that. But just know that when I'm done with this project, which you can see I'm at 24 teams now, this entire slate of teams is going to be something that is usable within a franchise, and they're all gonna have their own cities, so that way it makes sense with the divisions. And I'm gonna continue after that, just not as much of an emphasis on it, right? Maybe redo one of the logos that I really like, but wanted to try it with a different color scheme or whatever the case is, right? There's gonna be more than 32, but I'm focusing right now on creating a full league that you guys can use, and that's been what my project has been, and I've put a lot of work into it. So I hope you guys are enjoying the things, and I hope you guys will check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. This will be dropping another video here shortly in the next few days, but this is what I just needed to show you guys this up front, because this has been something that I've been really focused on. And again, not saying that it's correct, because it has come at the expense of my other content, and really content as a whole, because it's just, I get sucked in, you know. I see one jersey and I'm like, okay, let me try to make a jersey like that in this game for this team, because I think it'll look really cool. Or I see this color combo, I'm like, I really want to use that color on a jersey, and it just goes so much, and I just go down this rabbit hole and I start working on all this stuff, and then the next thing I know, it's like 1 a.m. and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta work tomorrow. I just lose time in it. So some of it is accidental, other ones are intentional with my hours and hours and hours spent in the team builder site. And I gotta be honest, guys, this site, it's not optimized very well. There's a lot of problems with it. I'm starting to find little workarounds to make things look the way I want them to look, and to fit things in that I want to fit. And you'll see that, you'll start to notice that the jerseys start to get a little bit more detail oriented as time goes on, because I'm starting to learn things more, you know. And I can't wait to see if this site gets some type of revamp next year. I have a feeling they're not touching it at all. They're not touching it at all for the rest of this Madden cycle. I've just accepted that fate, because I have put out like 7 or 8 posts on the EA forums where they're watching and they communicate with the community. No, they don't. And not a single, not even an acknowledgement from anybody ever on that site outside of the rest of the players, right? So I've completely convinced they're never going to touch this for the rest of Madden 25's life cycle, but I hope to God that when the 26 drops, they update this site to be more like EA college football version. And a buddy of mine, actually, the guy that I work very closely with and a good friend of with the RFL, named Smitty, he's the one who actually gave this idea, and it actually makes a ton of sense. And I didn't really think about it this much, but like, it looks as if this site, the one we're using for Madden, was created. It was copied, because you can just copy a full website with everything in there. It is possible. We did that for the RFL a couple of times. Not saying it's as easy as what we did, but it's possible to just copy and paste. And then EA College Football was like, hey, we can make this better, and they did. And then Madden's like, yeah, screw it, just leave it all where it is. And that makes perfect sense, because that is Madden to a T. That is Madden's MO, is just to not improve things when they have the ability to, but they don't necessarily need to. You know what I mean? So it makes a lot of sense to me why that would be the case. So I hope that they actually put some time and effort into this, because this could change the landscape of Madden. If you want people to come back in droves, not everybody likes the NFL. Not everybody likes the NFL, but a lot of people like football. This might sound weird, but some people, like myself, we get sick of using the same 32 teams. Yes, I love my Vikings, but I don't want to see a Viking horn on every single player that I ever play with, right? So giving people the ability to add this creative stuff in here, it increases the likelihood of people playing your game. So hopefully they do that. But let me stop ranting about Team Builder. It is time for us to talk about the Panthers franchise. So let's get into that. Okay, so we are in the franchise. So it is now time for us to focus back on these Panthers, okay? That's for sure. I feel like I've been very neglectful as an owner, and it's not good. Of course, it's my own fault. It's my own doing. I understand that, but doesn't change the fact that that is what's happening here. Okay, so let's revisit things, and let's just take a little bit of a recap, right? Because I'm just as out of the loop as you guys are, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, before we get into it, gotta talk about the sliders. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put out another video because we did some extensive testing after the fact with the last slider set that I posted about, and the Pro just does not work this year. It has worked in the past, but for whatever reason, the Pro version of the game seems to exploit more glitches in the game than it has in previous years. Like, there is a glitch right now, and some of you may have caught on to this playing the game or whatever you do with the game. When you are in a cover 2 invert look on defense, your corner will not cover the receiver if they're going on a deep route, and it leaves them wide open because the cover 2 invert has the safety that starts off, up in the middle, and they have to take off to either side, whichever one is their side to take care of. But for whatever reason, the corner and the flats, they will never drop back with the receiver, even if there's nobody underneath to keep them down. So there's like this big wide opening, and it's almost a touchdown every time, and it just can't be done. There's also worse situations that we saw with glitching and just things that were exploited on Pro that were never exploited on Pro as bad anyway. Not to say that they weren't there, but maybe they just weren't like as easily to exploit in the past. But this year they're exploited, and we just can't do it. We couldn't do it in the RFL, and that was also, I think, why the last game looked a little bit weird. It also was because it didn't automatically put my custom book in, so now I have to go in and make sure it's there every time instead of before where I had to make sure it wasn't in there for other games. So that was another big thing. So I'm going back to Pro. I'm going to show you guys on the slider set here quickly. There will be another video coming out though with the slider set, so we're gonna go over that. Okay, so we have all Pro. I'm running 12-minute quarters, and I'm running 15-minute clock time for the rundown. I'm also turning off the play call cooldown, but I have the limit set to 12. I'm gonna play with this a little bit, maybe move it up to like 14 or 15. Okay, there's a thought behind it that it actually does open up the playbook a little bit more. It's something else that me and Smitty were talking about quite a bit that I definitely want to test out more. No abilities. I know somebody just asked me about it. No abilities, man. Can't be done. I'm sorry if you are here for abilities. It's just not going to be the case here, guys. Abilities just make things so weird. It makes only the players with abilities play very good, and then everybody else plays subpar. Where when you have the abilities off, it allows everybody to perform at their own individual level. And I'm not saying it's perfect 100% that way, but there's more consistency across the team with abilities off than there is with them on. And it also cuts down on a lot of the exploitive work that the CPU can do, like with quarterbacks and whatnot. It's just much better. It is much better. Yeah, you don't see a fancy X underneath your players, but you get better gameplay, and that's what I care about. I don't care about the on-field graphics as much. I can say that my player is a superstar or an X factor on the field without having him actually light up and make unbelievable, literally, plays. Right now, this is the set that I'm working with. Quarterbacks were very, 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 very accurate when I had it on All Pro last time with 40. I don't know why. Things have changed. I think it was the update. But I dropped it now to 24. Pass blocking's at 40. Catching still at 35. Run block 50. Ball security 52. All of this stuff is still somewhat resembling what I did in the past. But it is now for, it's for this league and what I want to do with this league. So this is what we're playing with right now. These are subject to change. I'm still doing some more testing because the RFL is a much more different type of league than this one. I don't know how to explain why. I think it's just the player makeup and how the players are created over there for the users that things just end up being a little different. So my slider set can't always be the exact same as that because they're just not built the same as your auto-generated players are. And that's just the facts. So this is what we're running right now. If you guys want to try these out, go ahead. But I like I said, they are subject to change. I'll probably be putting on another video here in the next, couple of weeks, maybe next month when I have better time to really go through everything and see what I want to see and then go from there. The other portion of it is from the main menu. and I do have the injuries and all that stuff set the same in main menu, along with all the sliders, of course. But the one thing here is the physics-based tackling. I did bring this back down to 60, just because I'm not running that high of tackle, because it was just making things a little bit weird on pro. And I don't know how it works on all pro, so I don't want to test that. I just want to go back to something that I know has been working for me. So we're going to go back to sort of bring it back a little bit with a little bit of improvement, right? So we're going to 60 with the physics-based tackling presets. Team specific. Ooh, here we go. I'm going to set my playbook, so now I won't have to worry about that ever again. I thought that was already set, but I guess that was on last Madden. I was just thinking weird. Okay, so now that we're back in the game here, we got to play some catch up, right? I got to know what's going on here. So we are sitting at 3-1. We are coming off that tough loss to the Saints. It was 30-27. Let's just revisit that game here really quick. So Sam Cody played very well. That was the rookie quarterback for the Saints. 279 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 75% on his completions. Deon Boyd, 263 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 65%. He should not have played that bad. This was not a game that we should have lost, but we did. Jerome Ford played really well. We did sort of shut it down a little bit towards the end, but in the beginning, he was actually getting a lot of good yardage, making some good plays, and the Saints looked like they were about to establish a really good run game on us, and they did. I mean, it wasn't like they didn't have one. It didn't make it to be where it's like, oh my God, the run is going to kill us this game. But he was very consistent. So I also went and changed his number to 34 because that 38 looked really weird. Brooks had a decent day, not the best. We saw a lot of running out of Deon Boyd. I don't think we'll be seeing as much now on all pro. I think that was more of a pro thing where things were just all out of whack. Not that I don't like when he runs, it's just I want him to develop as a passer, you know. I'm receiving Landry Watkins, man, rookie receiver, 4 catches, 106 yards and a touchdown. Chris Olave also went off, where our defense is not there. We also have the exploit too in this game. So yeah. Deron Overton did bounce back though, 7 for 81. We didn't have much, you know, we didn't really have anything going for touchdowns though, outside of the one to Peoples-Jones, so there wasn't much there to talk about. But overall, I think we had a pretty good game. We just did not get the desired outcome we were looking for. BJ Hill was killing it, 3 sacks for the Saints. Nick Benito ended up getting in there and getting a sack, and the 1 interception was from Kool-Aid McKinstry. This is the rest of our schedule from this week. So the Bucks are the next game, and then we have the Eagles, the Falcons, and the bye. What I would like to do is see one more game before we get to the bye, at least. We have 2 division games coming up. We also have all of these division games again later in the season when things really start to unfold and make a lot more sense. Like we have the Bucks right after the bye. I think I would rather watch the Bucks game after the bye than this one right now, because I need to do some more testing, maybe fine tune the playbook to really give us the best opportunities to win later on in the season when we're really trying to push for a playoff spot, because we're still in a good spot. We're at 3-1. We are doing good this season. We're going to have plenty of stuff to watch. So I think what I want to do is maybe get us to the Falcons game. Michael Penix, now the unquestionable starter for the Falcons. They gave us a good fight last season for sure. It was a good, and I said it then, have a sort of a good rivalry now that we can start with these 2 young quarterbacks in Boyd and Penix. Well, Penix isn't really young, but you guys get what I'm saying. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to get past these 2 weeks. We're going to watch the Falcons game, and then we'll get to the bye. And then next video, we'll do the Bucks video, and see that game. And then we'll just see where it takes us. We have a few non-divisional games, and then we have the Saints again in week 13. If we want to see the Saints again, I think we do, because we gotta pay them back a little bit. So there's a good path here for us moving forward, but I think I want to get us to the Falcons game for this video, and then we'll go from there and see where things pick up. I also want to really start getting a little bit into the draft here and figuring out what these players are like, you know, and we're going to be able to do that by doing what I want to do. If we can get to week 8 by the end of this video, we'll be able to set our national focus scouting and have a lot more unlock available for us to really start digging into this draft class and seeing what's going to be available to us in the draft. And also revisiting the player negotiations. This is going to be a bigger video. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm recording. Today is the day. It's Saturday. I am recording this. It's going to be a long one because this is another problem that I have that I create when I do these things, when I just go off on other projects. There's so much upkeep that I have to do with the franchise, especially when I'm trying to play catch up like this, that these videos have to be longer because I want you guys to know what's going on, right? And it's been a while, and I understand that. So this video probably going to be over an hour. I'm just guessing right now. It's going to be over an hour. It's going to take me about 5 to 6 hours to do editing, and it's going to take another 2 to 3 hours probably to upload this. Yeah, shoot. I got a full day today. And that's the truth about how this stuff works, guys. Like, I wish I could make these videos quicker. And part of this is just because I'm not the best editor in the world. I just learned as I went. You know, I never went to school for editing or nothing, so it's all on my own. And I'm going to tell you right now, if this ever takes off enough to where I can afford to have a video editor, I will have a video. I gotta let you in a secret. I hate editing. Can't stand it. It's so boring. It's boring. I can fall asleep editing a video. Maybe it's just because of how I edit. I'm not saying all editing is boring, but my editing, holy cow, is it boring. But anyway, because of that, I don't know if this is going to come out on Saturday. I'm recording it on Saturday because I finally had some time to just sit down, have some space. I don't have anything going on that I need to worry about. I can't guarantee it's going to come out today. And if it doesn't, and you're watching this right now, and it's Sunday that it uploaded, I'm sorry, but I'm trying here. I can promise you that I am. But anyway, a lot of catch-up work. I need to do a couple of weeks of this. We need to go through player negotiations. We're going to have to go through some other stuff as well. So this is going to be a loaded video, guys, and I hope you're buckled in. And if you don't want to watch all of it, dang it. I hope you would, but it is what it is. So let's just get started. I'm going to shut up. Let me shut up. I talk too much. So I'm going to start doing the editing stuff on the back end that you guys don't really need to see, but it still takes me time to do. And then I will pick things up after we get the simming done and we are in the week that we're going to be playing. If there's anything crazy that happens between now and then with like our training camps or like our mini games and stuff, or a trade or something like that, I will stop the behind the scenes work. I'll start recording again and we'll talk about it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in a couple weeks when we're at the Falcons game. All right, so I just got done with all of the training. I did both weeks. I did the mini games right away for both. This week, when we take on the Falcons, we're going to be focusing on stopping the run and Bijan Robinson. And then on the defense or on the offensive side, we're going to be trying to push the ball down the field. That's the plan. But I have some good stuff. Okay, we had two, yet not one, two upgrade players from the mini games. And this is why I tell you guys, man, it sucks. It's time consuming, but man, does it make a difference. So the first one that we got was Dylan Arrieta. He went up to star from the training that I do. Because you guys know I have him in Weatherford. I have, who else do I have? Briggs, Hagens, Dylan, and then in Townsend. So Arrieta went up to star. He was normal. He is still hidden, so it's not showing it. But Hagens was star, and now he is going to be a superstar. Both of them had upgrades in different weeks. Hagens was the first week against the Bucks, and then the second week again, or no, the week against the Eagles, he got it. And then this past week, when I just did them before this game and before I started recording again, Arrieta got it. But we had two players get upgraded. That's big. That's really big. And now I'm excited, man. This draft class is really starting to come together. I think it's going to really lead us into the future with some of these players that we got in the later parts of the draft. We didn't do a lot of early draft stuff, right? We didn't have a lot of high-end capital, but I feel like we did a really good job of getting good players in the between the second and fourth rounds. We did a really good nucleus there, and I think it's gonna add to the depth of this team, and eventually, of course, the starters in this team. But we now have the upgrades to do. So I did it right away. Like I said, all upgrades will be done before we even check out the Falcons. We're going to do those right now. Trevin Wallace, the first one up, one of our other awesome linebackers. And I think we are still doing run stopper for him. Yeah, I want to get his run stopper up. I want this guy to be a menace. So that will put him up to an 83 overall with the morale boost, +2 to play rec and to tackle. Nice, like it. So now that means we have two superstar linebackers. That's really big. Lance Dillon gets one. I'm really excited for Lance Dillon to come onto the scene and really take over. We're gonna go zone here. I think that's where he's gonna make his money, is that zone. 2 play rec, 3 tackle, and 1 to zone coverage. So now he's at star, but so he must have, okay, so he's at star. I don't think we knew that before. So he must have been uncovered. Only star, but that's okay. We can work with that. We don't need superstars and X factors for every player. And maybe we'll even get one for him before the end of the season. I don't know. So this is where he's at now. 90 speed, 82 zone coverage, 77 tackle, 82 pursuit, 83 hit power. Man needs some work, 89 excel. So he's not the fastest guy out there, but I think he's going to be a very solid safety for us. Awareness is good for now. Play rec is okay for now as well. His stamina and toughness is where I'm a little concerned, but I hope it doesn't affect him too much. But 6'2", 203, good size. I'm excited to see what he can do. Highest pick safety we've had on this franchise so far. And then we have Xavier Legette getting the next one. And what does he need? He needs short and medium is a bigger concern for him, and his release. Yeah, so let's go. I think we should go slot. He has been playing more slot. Yeah, let's go slot here. We'll go slot for him on this one. He gets 4 upgrades, 1 awareness, 1 catching, 2 to medium, and 1 to short. So we get a lot of the stuff that we were looking for. Jacquez Green, our other linebacker, is getting 1, and he is one we were definitely focusing on run stopping because we know he already has some decent stuff in the zone department, or his coverage. Well, his man is absolutely atrocious. Let's do a pass, and let's hope we can get some man coverage here for him. 3 to man, look at that. 1 to play rec, 1 tackle, and a zone. That was exactly what I was looking for. That brings up his man to 65. So it's still not good, but it's getting there. It is getting there for sure. So that is a good upgrade. Michael Hagan's, of course, getting one. We saw that before when I was showing you his player card. And here I think I want to go with field general. Yeah. And he gets 1 awareness, 2 play rec, a tackle, and zone coverage. Dylan Arrieta also getting an upgrade. And this one is really his run blocking is where it needs to be improved the most. So I've been sort of going back and forth between agile and power. I think here we're going to go power for this next one. And that's going to get us awareness, 1 pass block power 2, and run block power 1. Okay. I really wish there was an upgrade for linemen. And I think I probably have mentioned this before because I tend to repeat myself. To me. That it wasn't agile and zone, right? But it was pass coverage or like pass protection, run blocking, and then I don't know, make up a third one. I don't know. But I just wish there was, or just add a 4th, right? Add a 4th. Some other positions have 4th. Give them a run blocking one, so you can specifically work on run blocking because that's a thing. Like, they don't accidentally just get better at run blocking in the NFL. Anyway, Channing Tindall is the last one to get an upgrade, and for him, he is just an outside linebacker. I'm going to do pass coverage here because he does not have it. +1 man, +3 zone. There we go. So like I mentioned, there's quite a few things that I want to do here. I want to take a look at the stats quick around the league. I want to see if there's been any crazy things happening around the league as a whole. So a quick recap here. This is what the NFC is looking like as of now. So we are still at the top, but this week's game will determine who holds first place right now. Atlanta, we're going to Atlanta, but we went 1-1 in the Sims. We beat the Buccaneers and we lost to the Eagles. Now this week the Falcons, we're going to there, and it could be for the division right now. See who's going to hold on to it heading into the middle part of the season. And now here is our stats at this point through the season. So Deion Boyd not off to a crazy good start. 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, only 1,200 yards passing through 6 games. Definitely not a good stat line to have. Rushing, Jonathan Brooks, 89 carries, 363 yards, 4.1 yards an average, and 5 touchdowns. He picked up right where he left off last year. Deion Boyd has gotten a lot more involved in the run game this year, though, for sure. Theo Judge hasn't really come along. I'm thinking, I don't know what I want to do with him. I don't know. Maybe it's just a type of running back. I don't get it. But Judge is here for the next couple of years, and I don't plan on moving on from him, but I just don't know if he's going to take that next step to coincide with Brooks to make sense for Brooks to come off the field for like power formations, but we'll see how it comes out. Deron Overton is our leading receiver in yardage anyway, not with catches, but he's been making big plays. He just has not been able to get in the end zone. And hopefully that can change. Legette has actually stepped up. He's our second leading receiver, 30 catches, 285 yards, 2 touchdowns. He is tied for 2 touchdowns with Donovan Peoples-Jones as our leader in that category. Ridley still being his consistent self. He's got a touchdown as well. I like what we're seeing so far from the offense. I just wish, I just wish Boyd would sort of come into his own here a little bit better. Wanham, 2.5 sacks. Wallace, 2. Benito, 1.5. We haven't had a lot of pressure this year. Something I want to see us improve at. Interceptions, though. Thompson with 2. Battle with 2. And Jacquez Green with 1. Like to see that. 2 forced fumbles. 1 by Benito, 1 by Brandon Stevens. And now, next, what I want to do is we are going to revisit this players ready to negotiate. Because there are some players that I want on this team. This guy is one of them. Ezekiel Townsend, you are going to be a Panther, buddy. Let's see. Last offer we gave him was 2 years, 2.6 and 1.3. I have hope for this guy. I don't know why, but I do. So this is what I'm going to offer him. Player-friendly deal. It's a 3-year deal for $13.8 million. He hasn't even proven anything yet, but I want to give him a shot. And he takes it. There we go. So we got Townsend in tow. Don't have to worry about that. Jordan Fuller, we're holding out on. Ty Davis, I would like to bring back, but I don't know if I want to bring him back at 9 mil. I don't think you're that special, buddy. We'll see. Maybe he blows me away in the rest of the season, and it's a good thing. And I'm like, yeah, let's bring him back. Isaiah Simmons, jury is still out. I want to see how Lance Dillon performs over the next few weeks before I make this decision, and see how bad he gets hit by the regression after the season. Bobby Brown, I would like to bring back. I think he adds some good depth to our defensive tackle room. Julian Myers. Oh, yes, we are re-signing this guy. This is the guy that I signed. I want to build this guy up. I actually think I'm going to flip-flop these. I might not have to draft another safety, to be honest. If I can build this guy up, I can flip him and Lance Dillon. So Lance Dillon be free safety, Julian Myers be strong safety, and I think it'd be a really good tandem in the backfield for the future. So I'm going to offer this guy almost like a futures deal. 3 years, $9 million. I'm going to round it up to 10.2. Let's see if he takes that. And he does. Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. So get the young guys out of the way. Ralph Langford, I definitely want to re-sign him. We need to get some youth on this line and let these bad contracts just continue to fall off and not have to worry about them. Because the Panthers, as I mentioned in the beginning of this franchise, they did some weird stuff with their offensive line. I'm gonna offer him player friendly as well. 2 years, 8.6. I'm starting to like the offer. Okay, Langford, you're pissing me off. Okay, don't make it a habit. DJ Johnson, I think this is gonna be his last time with us. I just don't see much use for him anymore. He doesn't really fit our scheme. He's more of a lighter 3-4 end. He's not really a 4-3 end. Jameis Winston, I don't believe I'll be bringing back. I think he's probably going to hit pretty hard. I have my XP sliders on that I showed you guys in a video previously. 33-year-old, you're going to get hit hard. Cam Little, yes, I want to bring him back. You are coming back, whether you like it or not, buddy. So we're going to see if he takes that. Yes, Cam Little is done. Got him out of the way, and then that brings us to Jaleel Sharp, the fullback. I like him. I mean, he doesn't do anything wrong. He doesn't like jump off the screen, but I like having him. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to offer him a player-friendly deal. I want to make that 3 years as well. And he's going to sign. Perfect. And just to let you guys know, I have motivation turned up, and I have re-signing and negotiating turned up. Like everything is difficult. I don't have this stuff set to easy. So like, don't think I'm trying to like cheat the system here. I go out of my way to make it more harder for me to do this stuff. So just put it out there. Some guys, I don't think you guys know that. And then Kurt Muse, I definitely want to bring him back. Young kicker, good to have around. See if he takes that. And he does. Perfect. Special teams is locked up for the next 3 years. Don't have to worry about it. And then Xavier Legette, we're not taking his option. I do know that for sure. We're not taking his option, so we will have to re-sign him next year. But that is it. That's everybody. The only person that I have to really actually focus on now is Ralph Langford. And that's just because I didn't give him a good deal. But I'll give him one more. If he doesn't want to take it, I guess I'll just let him go. I mean, he's not that like important, and I can probably draft somebody that's the same overall as him. So we'll see. But for the most part, outside of after the season, seeing what happens with regression, we're done with re-signing. Let's check out these Falcons. We already know that Michael Penix is the guy here. They brought in Trey Lance. He is their, he's their backup. Running back Bijan Robinson. Brian McCann is the backup. They drafted him this year. Drake London, of course, a starter. Rondale Moore, who is injured right now. so he is not going to be playing this week. Darnell Mooney and Jamie Golson will be the guys that we'll be seeing more of, along with Melvin Mitchell, potentially Jeff Meeks, Kyle Pitts at tight end. He's really the only guy they have at tight end. Tyron Smith, Matthew Bergeron, nobody good in the middle. Chris Lindstrom, very good guard, and Jonah Williams on the outside. We already mentioned Zadarius Smith. Brandon Dorless is now not starting because of that. I feel like Zadarius Smith should be a stand-up, though, in this system. He shouldn't be on the line. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they run a 3-4. Who they have at outside linebacker? Joey Bosa and Akeem Davis-Gaither, who's not even fit for that. Okay, I should probably change that. I will. I'm going to change that so that it makes sense. I have to do this sometimes with the computer because they're stupid. So we're going to go into Zadarius Smith here. We're going to make him an ROLB because that's what he is, especially in a 3-4. There we go. Yeah, much better. And Davis should be in the middle. I'm going to move him inside. If that's what they're running, you know, on this team, you know what I mean? Like they're running a 3-4. They're not running a 4-3. So I wish Madden gave the CPU abilities to make these changes that they needed to make, so that way people aren't out of position. Even if it does mean that, you know, these guys might be better against us than they should be. I'd rather see that than, you know, the alternative. They brought over Ivan Pace. Okay. Not sure why the Vikings let him go, but that's a really good young linebacker. So now Brandon Dorless should be the starter there. Rook Orororo. I've tried saying this name a few times, even going back to the Bucs franchise last year. Dude's good, okay? But his name is difficult. Devontae Wyatt in the middle. And then, yep, Joey Bosa. So they have, like, who would you have at the Pro Bowl in 2012 is at their outside linebacker positions. And then, yeah, Ivan Pace, Kenneth Murray in the middle. And then corners, we know they got a good CB room. AJ Terrell, Jimmy Hughes, who actually had some pretty good plays for us against us last year. Rasul Douglas. And then Jesse Bates, who just had that big contract. Okay, he's only 29. Why was I thinking he was like 32? Well, that makes sense then, the 4-year contract. That makes a lot more sense. And then Daquan Boss. All right, here we go. We're going to start on offense today. Deion Boyd coming out. We got ourselves a pretty big matchup, I would say. 3-3 Falcons at home versus us, 4-2 for the first place in the division right now. Boyd back, immediately looks outside and fires it off to Deron Overton, and he makes the catch for a nice pickup and a first down. Staying in shotgun here on first. We will hand off to Brooks. He gets a nice run, and look at there goes Brooks. 40, 30, 20, and he's going to get tracked down at the 10, but a huge run of 49 yards to open things up. And Jonathan Brooks, man, the guy is so good. We just want to make sure he stays healthy, but if he can do that, he is such a good running back. And that was so close to being a touchdown, but the man who tracked him down was the young corner. And now we got to find a way to get in the end zone. This has been a tough spot for us. Play action. Boyd immediately over the middle. He finds Peoples-Jones, and it's a gain of about 4 yards. Second and goal from the 6. Brooks back in. Quick drop back, quick pass over the middle, and it's a touchdown as Deron Overton makes the catch, lowers the shoulder, and gets himself in. And we're going to get on the board really fast. 4-play drive. Got 4 plays all the way down, easy touchdown, and that's how you want to open things up. And that is why I know for a fact I didn't have this book last week, because that is what I expect out of that game plan. Awesome to see. It's good. 7-0. All right, and on comes Michael Penix. He has got 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions so far on the season. He's got this team at 500. They're looking to get over that hump. Let's see how they can open things up. Penix, quick drop back, looks downfield, fires, and it is somehow caught by Kyle Pitts. Holy crap. Pitts went up, and he made an incredible catch over the head of, who was that? I don't even know, but that was an incredible play. It was over Tremont Battle. Just out-muscles him for the catch, and the Falcons rolling right down the field themselves. 1st and 10. Alone in the backfield, Penix takes the drop back. He fires it deep again, and it's batted down. And it was Thompson on the coverage that time. That dude is so good. Down the field coverage from a linebacker is not something you expect to see, but we got it there. 2nd and 10. Robinson gonna take it. Bounces it back right side, finds a nice little crease, and he'll only get 2 yards. Avoided the loss, though, because it looked like Brown or Briggs was gonna come through and make some problems happen in the backfield. 3rd and 8. Pitts in motion. Penix lets it go. It's completed, but he will not get the first. Forced out of bounds by Horn before he can get to the marker. It was Darnell Mooney, and now it's decision time, and yeah, they're going to take the points. Take the points early, keep the positive momentum going, and they'll cut that lead down to 4, 7-3 after a quick drive. And Brevin Jordan just got hurt. That's not good. He is heading back to the locker room. It happened on the kick return. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. 1st and 10. Here we go. I formation, we're going to throw out of it. Boyd, quick pass over the middle, batted down. Who was that in coverage? Did not expect to see a number 97 in the back end there making a pass deflection. Another quick snap, another quick throw, and that time it is completed. It's Leggett, a short gain of 5. And now we're stuck in our own 3rd and medium-ish. Blitz coming. It's picked up for a minute, but then it gets through, and it's Aurora with the sack. Yeah, I know I said that wrong. Good play by the Falcons, and we're going to have to punt it away. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They ran into our kicker. They ran into the kicker. That's going to be a free 1st down for us. And it was Arnold Ebiketie on the mess up. And the Falcons giving up a big penalty there. And now we got a chance here to regain on this drive. Judge in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. Bounces outside. Breaks off of 1. But there was too many bodies. And it's going to go for a loss of 2. Terrell attempted the first tackle. It didn't work. I just realized Joey Bosa is wearing number 47. That looks horrible. 2nd and 12. Boyd to throw. He's going to take off right away, but he can't get away from Bosa, who tracks him down for the sack. And the Falcons defense coming alive on this 2nd drive, even with the penalty. And now we got ourselves a 3rd and 15 to try to overcome. Boyd takes the snap. He lets it go short. It's caught. Close to the 1st down. Ridley is just short by inches. I hope we go for this. Go for it. We didn't go for it. We punted it. And there you see the receptions leader, London, in 3rd place at 37. 12 behind the leader, Jamar Chase at 49. As they're going to start from the 25 because we had a horrible punt. Penix. Right away, play action. Looking downfield, running out of time, and he's going to get brought down by Nick Bonito. A loss of 7. The first drives for both offenses were all offense. Now the defenses are waking up a little bit. Falcons shut us down, and now we're looking to do the same to Atlanta. Can we get the job done? 2nd and very long. Another play action boot. Penix drops it short, and it is O'Neal, the young tight end, making the catch. But it's going to end up in another loss. 2 more yards. And now the Falcons are really up against it. 3rd and 19. Looks like we're playing press on the outside. I'm not sure how I like that. Okay, we fall off a little bit. Penix looking short of the yard to gain. He's going to find Pitts, but it's not going to be enough, and it's going to be a punt for Atlanta. It is now time for Boyd again. Last drive out, did not have a whole lot of success. It wasn't horrible plays. It was just not successful plays, if that makes sense. I formation. Brooks with the handoff. Cuts it, and he'll find 4. Hasn't have a lot of running today. This book is designed to run, too. So, like, it goes to show just how much the Madden system really hates running the ball. Like, it's insane. Oh, my God, what a strike. And it's Peoples-Jones with the catch. But if you guys have downloaded my book, who's injured? And now Peoples-Jones is hurt. Okay, well, now it's time for Leggett and Mobley to start stepping up. But if you guys saw my book and saw how the game plans broke down, you would be surprised that I don't have 40 rushes a game. And there goes Brooks. Carry outside, gets 3. But it's like every single play on first down that is the most starred is nothing but run plays. And then all the pass plays are a star less, and they still just pass it no matter what I do. It's actually sort of surprisingly crazy. Another run doesn't go for much. That's going to end the first quarter of play. So far we've lost 2 players, Brevin Jordan and now Donovan Peoples-Jones. We'll see if they make it back into the game, but as of now, we're a little shorthanded on offense. We saw some good things out of Mobley earlier this season when he had to step in because of some injuries to our receivers during the week that we missed out on Deron Overton and then Jonathan Mingo before we traded him. And that's actually why I traded him, because Mobley showed some flash. So let's see what he can do here. Boyd looking, wide open receiver, and it's a touchdown. It's Xavier Legette. What was that? A little like a wheel route out of Legette, and there was nobody over there. Not a soul. All right, 1st and 10, another punt leads the Falcons back out here. It's been punt, 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 punt. And I'm not even over-exaggerating. It's been nothing but punts since we scored that touchdown. It's been just non-stop punting. The punters are getting their work in today. And Atlanta now, 6.5 to go in this second quarter. To that 2nd and 6. Penix looking deep left side, and it's overshot and out of the reach of Melvin Mitchell. Dillon down there in coverage along with Trevin Wallace. And it was out of the reach, and Melvin Mitchell's had a rough day today. He's had 2 drops, 1 on a key 3rd down for Atlanta. And there it goes, pass to Mooney. The veteran makes the catch and gets the first down, moves it down inside the 40. And now Bergeron is hurt for Atlanta, one of their better linemen. That is not good to see. 1st and 10. Penix over the middle, short dump down. It's Mitchell finally making a catch. There you go. Gets it down to the 25, and Atlanta now finally finding something to look forward to, as that's probably been the most positive yardage they've had since the field goal drive. Uh-oh, blitzer coming, and he's not able to get there in time, but Benito does force the incompletion. Nice play from the defense. Pressure has been much better for us this week so far. Don't have a lot of sacks, but we do have a couple. Atlanta's been really getting some pressure. Penix throws short, and somehow Pitts holds on through the catch. Or through the contact. That was a big hit, too. 3rd and 3. Mooney in motion. Penix. The throw underneath. It's completed. A very bad pass. But Mitchell does a good job of adjusting to the ball, coming back to it and moving him down inside the 10. Now 1st and goal. Atlanta has a shot here to get their first touchdown of the day. Penix. Underneath again, it's Pitts. Tough catch, once again completed down to the 3. You have to wonder if they're going to be using Robinson here soon. They have not done so very much today. There it is, and Wallace just comes flying through. What a play by Trevin Wallace. And it's going to be another holding call on Sammy Griffin. And we do take it. Pushes them back 10 yards. 2nd and goal now from the 13. McCann in at running back. They'll hand it off to him, and he goes nowhere. And guess who? It's Trevin Wallace again. This man has turned into an absolute animal for us this season after his breakout year last year. 3rd and goal now from the 16. The drive that was first, like 2nd and goal from the 3 at one point is now 3rd and goal from the 16. Penix trying to get away from pressure, but he cannot get away from Benito. He'll get his 2nd sack of the day, and we're going to force a field goal. What a response by this defense after giving up all those yards. 1st and 10 for Atlanta after the break. They are now within a touchdown again. Penix buying time, looking to take off. He's got space, and not quite enough for the first down. He's going to get dropped at the 38, a gain of 7. Nice play there to open it up. Get him in a good position here on 2nd down. He's changing something at the line. And a short pass outside to London, who makes the catch and is tripped up out of bounds by Tremont Battle. Pistol look here. It's in motion outside. We've seen him do some damage today. Handoff. It's McCann, and look at the rookie go all the way down to the 34. A very nice run by the young running back. It's in motion again. Penix. Underneath, and it's dropped. And it's McCann, the running back. A good run. Not such a good catch. Second down. McCann is in again. Did Bijan Robinson get hurt? Did I not recognize that? And there goes McCann again, a gain of 1. And it's Briggs on the stop. But yeah, he's still in there. There's got to be an injury that I missed. When did he get hurt, though? I don't remember seeing that. NX has to throw it away, and they're going to have to settle for 3 again. Falcons offense has gotten down here so many times, and yet time and time again, they're not able to get it into the end zone, and now they're going to have to settle for their 4th field goal. Luckily for them, our offense has not really been consistent, so we're still only up by 2. 1st and 10 for us. We're already out at midfield with a big return. Hand off to Brooks, and he's going to get it down to the 40. We had a really nice return. It was Kirkland that had the big one as well, just to let you, if you're curious. And there's another handoff to Brooks, up the gut, down to the 36, 1st down. And now we have that dual backfield look. I really like this formation. Judge and Brooks both back there. Gonna go to Judge, right up the gut. And another nice run of 7. And now maybe we can tone it down a little bit. The second half, get this run game established a little bit more heading into the 4th quarter. I don't know what that was, but I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. I almost feel like there's like a trajectory path for the receivers that if it's not within this window, they don't react to the ball, and I think that's what happened there. Now, Mobley reacted to it, that's for sure, and he gets down to the 21, his first catch of the day. And Mobley has been very consistent for us. I have a feeling he's going to end up being a number 3 for us next year. Boyd over the... Ooh, incomplete for Leggett. Could not hold on through the traffic. There was a couple of defenders in the area. 2nd down. I'd love to see Mobley get himself involved more, though, today. Uh-oh, no, no, no! And there's the sack. Damn it. 3rd and 19. Oh, is there nobody over the top over there by Overton? Just give it a shot. Just chuck it up there to Overton. Give him a shot. Come on. There it is. It's completed. Yes! But it's to Leggett over the middle, who now he's hurt. Guys, can we stop with the injuries here? Leggett off to the locker room. 1st and goal from the 5. Boyd steps up, fires into center, something. What are you doing? That was a horrible pass. He tried to squeeze it in there. We had a crossing route going there, but there was a defender sitting underneath. Right here, you can see him clear as day. He's just right in that window. He was looking for Overton there. I mean, he didn't even have to move. 1st and 10 for us. Nothing happened from that drive, thankfully. We were able to shut it down quickly and get the ball back. And now it is a short run from Brooks, a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Still up by 2. Let's see if we can pick up where we left off last drive. Boyd underneath. Incomplete. Ridley could not hold on. Hit as he throws. He's looking for a flag. He's not going to get one. Not very good on 3rd downs today for either team. We have 3. The Falcons have 2. Boyd throwing it. Brooks wide open down to the 32-yard line. A big-time play. Brooks was left alone, similar to that Leggett play from earlier that scored us the 2nd touchdown. And Boyd doing a good job of finding the open receivers. And right now we're back in control on offense. Handoff, Brooks trying to find a crease, and he will for 4. Under 3 minutes to go now in this 3rd quarter. Still no sign of Leggett or Peoples-Jones. Boyd underneath. Brooks makes the catch. Touchdown. Yes. What a play by Brooks. Doing it out of the backfield and through the air twice on that drive. And that one goes for his first receiving touchdown of the season, if I'm not mistaken. He just gets outside of Pace. Pace can't catch up to him, and then he just uses his speed to beat the defender to the line, muscles his way through for the last yardage. And now with that, we are going to go back up by 9, and the Falcons are going to need more than a single drive to get back in this one. For Atlanta, down by 9, it's McCann having to step up in the absence of Bijan Robinson. And he's actually done a pretty decent job, I would say. Now there's another injury. Now McCann is hurt. I'm going to have to shut down injuries, man. Okay, not shut him down. But I'm wondering if I had injuries. I swear to God I had him at 22 this whole time. But I'm going to try to move injuries to 10 in the main menu and see if that helps it. Because we're seeing a lot of injuries. Hopefully not a lot of these are long-term. But I'm going to have to take a look after the game and see what I think as Penix gets chased down by Brown and Benito. That sounds like a law firm. And they just came to the defense of the Panthers, that's for sure. 2nd and 25, a minute and a half to go in this third quarter. Pistol look for Penix. They need some big plays and they need them fast. Penix pushed out of the pocket again. He's got space this time. He's going to take off and he runs into Wallace, sliding at the very last second. He'll end up getting a nice little gain of a few. But 3rd and 19. A lot needs to go their way for this play to work. Penix drops back, immediately pushed out, fires a beautiful pass, and he's got the catch. What a play by Golson and from Penix, firing off kilter, not on his right footing, and he still finds his young receiver on a crossing route. Look at this pass right here. An amazing display from Michael Penix to find Golson, and that's going to get a first down for the Falcons. And like I said, a lot needed to go their way, and it sure did on that one. Down inside to the 45 in our own territory now. Big time plays from the Atlanta offense. Pitts in motion. Underneath, and is dropped from London. That is not something you see very often. And a handoff. I don't even know who the other running back is, to be very honest with you guys. Who is this other guy? Number 4. I don't know who that is. But he got the carry and it ended the quarter. So now we are sitting here still up by 9 at the end of the third. They switched sides of the field after the... oh, yeah. And here we go. 3rd and 8. Penix. Under pressure. Pushing it out. Underneath. It's completed, but he cannot get the first down. And we are going to get the stop. No, they're going to go for it. This makes sense. It's plus territory. Give your team a shot here. I like it. Penix drops back. Oh, no. He's under pressure, though. Oh! And it's ours! He had to come back for the football, and he did not secure it before having the first down. Wallace makes the hit. Benito put the pressure on. That was a big-time play from our defense. I don't know where they spotted that ball, but it's going to be our ball. Let's see if they challenge. Okay, we don't need this. Stop. No challenge. Oh my gosh. What a stop by this defense. Flag is already thrown. Now it's not thrown. Is it thrown or not? Okay, it is. Is offsides on the Falcons. It was Daquan Boss. 1st and 5. And if we can score here, we really put the pressure on Atlanta because we have been able to control things for the most part on defense. Boyd underneath, finding... who is that? Oh, that's Davis. That's the guy who wants 9 mil. Well, if you show out here, buddy, maybe I'll give that to you. We'll see. Or Smith? I think it's Smith. I don't know. There goes Judge up the middle. A nice crease for him, and he's going to get the first down. I'd really like to see us push the run game here and wear this defense out, run this clock down. Brooks with the handoff, and he will get 3. We've definitely leaned more on the run game in this second half by far than what we have in the first quarter or the first half. Boyd underneath. There it is. Completed. Easy pitch and catch for Overton. Gets us the first down. And Boyd again under pressure. Overshoots it by a lot. Was he trying to throw to a lineman there? I'm pretty sure he tried to throw it to a lineman there. Probably because Jordan's hurt still. Makes sense. Handoff. Judge trying to get outside, but he can't get there. Terrell doing a good job of cutting off that lane. Bringing him down after just a yard. That would have been probably a touchdown if Terrell doesn't make that tackle. Empty set. Overton in motion. Boyd. Under pressure, he goes down. A big stop for Atlanta. 6th sack of the day. And we're going to take the 3 points, and we are up now by 12. So there hasn't been much happening on this drive, and I thought we were about to skip it, but they are going to go for it here. Oh, and they'll get it. Nice completion there to Pitts, and that moves the chains. It worked out nicely. I had a call come through, so I couldn't really do much during that drive. I was hoping we'd skip it, and I wouldn't have to say I skipped plays, but here we are. 1st and 10 for Atlanta after the 4th down conversion. Penix immediately going to take off, and he is wrapped up by Draymond Jones. 5.5 to go. Still down by 12, of course. They need some big play here. Penix, big drop back. And he's going to take the dump down. And McCann back in there, so he wasn't injured for a long time, which is good to see. But he does not get much, only 3 yards. 3rd and 8. We already know they're going to go for it no matter what, so we know this is 2-down territory. Penix pushed down to the pocket, though. I don't know if that's going to be 2-down territory. Another big sack, 6 per team. And there's an injury. Who is it? Oh, no, not Michael Penix. Oh, that is not good at all. And they're going to go for it? Okay, I would say if they come in and get that with a backup quarterback, I might rage. Not gonna lie, I might rage. But it's incomplete. We get the ball. And now I think we should be able to close this one out. Get a couple of runs going. Brooks tries to get outside again, but he cannot. It's Boss this time, shutting it down for a loss of 1. Boyd underneath to Mobley. He'll make the catch for 3. 4, actually. It was a loss of 1 before, so he gets it for 4, 3rd and 7. If we can get a first down here, we can pretty much probably end this game, I would think. We will not get it. Bad throw, and we're going to have to take a field goal. 1st and 10 for Atlanta. Pretty much their last opportunity. They still have the backup in, who I don't even know. Is it Frank? Is that who that is? Felipe Frank? And it's going to go holding against the offense, so that's going to come back. And it's on Brian McCann. Things are not looking good for Atlanta. And it's a little dump down to Mooney. Nothing there, and I think this game is pretty much already wrapped up. They would need to score now, get an onside kick, score again, and then they'd still need to get some points. Well, I mean, if they got two-point conversions, they could technically take the lead. So I guess it's not over quite yet. But, I mean, they need like every single possible thing to go right for them, and that's right now it's just not. 4th and 4, if they don't get this here, it's going to be game because we'll get at least a minute burned off. And even if we don't get any points, I mean, it's... Oh, wow, that almost went very bad. Wallace broke it up. And yeah, Boo Birds are out in force here in Atlanta as we are about to move on to 5 and 2. Get a big division win after a divisional loss in the last episode, so that is key. And we'll get 4 yards on that play. 2.5 to go. Judge in the backfield. Letting it run down. I like to see it. Trying to get to that outside. We have not been able to make that work. The Falcons have done a good job against it. Ivan Pace especially. He has had a very good day today despite the performance of the team. He had that sack. He was in on a couple of third down stops, a couple of big stops in the run game, and of course that interception that almost turned the tide. Like, that was their point. Like, that was the point there where it's like, you've been down this whole game. If you get this right here after this interception, you're easily going to get, you know, you could get the lead and maybe change the landscape. But unfortunately, we're not able to capitalize, and then we just continued to inch away at their yardage, and now we're up 30-12, and this game is over. We had one upgrade, and it's Ty Davis. That is the receiver that I was considering re-signing, but didn't really pull the trigger yet on it. We're gonna give him playmaker, see what he can get. Okay, a lot of upgrades. 1 awareness, ball carrier vision, carry, catch and traffic, 4 to deep route, 1 to medium, and 3 to spectacular catch. Let me revisit this guy. 91 speed, 93 excel, 85 short, 76 medium, 65 deep. We really don't have a lot of guys that are just really good at the short game right now. His release is absolutely atrocious, but his catching overall is very solid. He's got really good kick return ability, solid injury and toughness, good stamina, good vision, good carrying for a receiver, good break tackle. Maybe I want to offer this guy a contract. But before we get to that, you guys are yelling at me in the comments, and I understand. I'm so bad with this, and I cannot stop it. I keep forgetting to spend my points, and I know I'm a horrible person. I know. I just give me time. I will get there. Okay. Let's get this defense up to snuff a little, or I could start working on this player personnel tree, which I've been severely lacking in. I could look at this. This would be good for moving players around. So let's do one of these. 2% trade discount for CPU players, 2% trade value increase for your players. I think that's probably a better option for us. Let's go over here. Let's get these started. Let's get both of these started so that way they're done and over with. Okay, and now we have 17 points, and I don't think I can spend anything else. I'll check, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, everything is 27, so there, I spent them. Stop yelling at me, and I'm sorry, but I'm horrible with it. I know. And it's to Xavier Legette. He's out for 4 weeks. Let's check the Falcons. They had a lot of injuries too. Michael Penix is out for 6 weeks. And Melvin Mitchell got hurt in that game for 4 weeks. 2 very key injuries for the Falcons there. Well, 1. Mitchell did get in, but it was more so because Rondale Moore is out, so I don't think that'll continue. But still, tough break for the Falcons and a tough loss on top of it. And let me revisit Ty Davis here. Negotiate. So the last offer, we had 2 years, 9.4. He didn't like it. And of course, that was the neutral or the neutral deal. Neutral vehicle. What was I even saying? I'll offer him another 3. I'll offer him 3 years, 15.9. I don't know if this will help or not. Okay, and he takes it. So really, it ends up being about the same amount, maybe like 0.3 mil more a year, but we get him for 3 years instead of 2. So I'm happy with that. I think I'm happy with that for sure. All right, so now that we're here, we'll get a chance to see where the division's sitting now. So the Falcons now fall to 3-4. We have a 2-game lead on everybody in the division. The only thing is we don't have a full real 2-game lead because we did lose to the Saints, but the Bucks are a lost cause. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see where things go in the near future, but we might be watching non-playoff game or non-division games for a while. Let's get our national focus all taken care of. And I believe, yes, we're doing wide receivers, so let's set that. Boom, it's been set. And then I think I want to take one more crack at Langford here and see if I can get him to re-sign. Previous offer was the player friendly. He still didn't take that. I think I'm going to stick here. And I'm going to be willing to give him 9 and see if he takes that. That's like 0.6, like a $600,000 raise. And he takes that. Perfect. Okay. All right. I don't like spending that kind of money, but they are young players. It's something we don't have to worry about in the draft for depth. And they're going to come into play at some point. So now we're in the last week. Is there any trading that I want to do before the end of this? That is the key point here. Let's take a look at the team and see where things are at. One in particular is maybe Isaiah Simmons. I want Lance Dillon to be the starter here. Simmons isn't really getting much playing time. He's up for contract this year. I could try and swing him for a trade to somebody. I did move him to safety, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was a linebacker when I picked him up. I can't remember for sure, but I think he was. Regardless, he can be linebacker or safety wherever he goes. So if I can find a suitor for him, maybe I just move him to that position for that, so that way when he gets on the team, he automatically goes as the starter in that position. He's a 79 overall there. I'm pretty sure he's like a 77 or a 76 at linebacker. But that's really the only piece that I would consider moving right now. I like our front. I like who we got down here. I think they'll develop a little bit better. Our corners room is good. So really the only other trade I would consider would be Simmons, and that's just to get some pieces for the draft, I think. I don't know if I'd really want to target any specific area. All right, so the Packers are like the only team in the entire league that need a strong safety. Swear to God. And that can afford him. The 49ers could use him too, but they have Biard as another free safety. So, I mean, they have somebody to use, just not probably a prototypical strong safety. But they're also broke. They're negative in cap. The Packers, however, they have the room to take him on. They need one. So what I'm offering here is 2 4th-round picks, because I know he's 28. 2 4th-round picks for their 2nd-round pick, and of course we send Isaiah Simmons along with him too. This would give us 2 2nd-round picks. We'd still have 2 4th-round picks, and we would easily be able to get those 4th-round picks back in the draft if I decide I don't want somebody in the 2nd round to go along with it. You know what I mean? I can trade back and get those picks back, but I can't really trade up in the middle of the draft with 2 4th-round picks to get them. You know, it's just, I'd rather just have the picks now. So this is be the last trade, and I just lied to the press conference. I said that I wouldn't be active. Well, guess what? I lied. Sue me. Let's see if they'll take it. 2 4ths and Isaiah Simmons for a 2nd-round pick. I don't think that's a bad swap. Do you? They do not even come close to taking it. Okay, so they're very close with him at outside linebacker, where he can help them. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add a 7th in. So 2 4ths and a 7th for their 2nd-round pick and Isaiah Simmons to give them their number 1 need. Oh my gosh, is that close? 6 and a 7th. So you're getting a 2 4ths, a 6 and a 7th this year for a 2nd-round pick and a linebacker. Now, granted, we have a lot of draft picks, so this makes sense. We're just consolidating for higher picks, but like, golly, who do you think you are? And like, even looking at this now, right? So we after this trade, if it goes through, we'd have a 1st, 2 2nds, 2 3rds, 2 4ths, a 5th, and a 7th, and that's without trading down. We have plenty of picks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need all these extra picks. So screw it. Okay, so it was the 5th and not the 6th. Okay, there we go. We know what we need now. So this is the final offer right here. Okay, they're being picky. I get it. We have a lot of picks that I don't need, and I'm putting in some later picks here. I don't care. I want this pick. So Isaiah Simmons, our 2 of our 4th-round picks, a 5th-round pick, and a 7th. We'll still have a 1st, 2 2nds, 2 3rds, 2 4ths, a 6th, and a 7th after this trade. This has got to be it, right? Finally. Oh my gosh, finally. Woo. So we get the job done. Man, that was rough. Much more rough than I thought it was gonna be. But we get the job done. Let's see. I mean, we don't really need to do much of anything else. But I think that's gonna end things here. So we got that trade done. We have room on the roster for one more. I'll probably end up signing somebody. Maybe I'll trade for somebody up before I advance. If we do anything like that, of course, I'll do it on my next recording. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you for the patience, and I apologize for all the back and forth and getting all sidetracked with building teams. I'm trying to do my best here, but I'm learning as much as anybody else is along this thing. So Again, thank you guys for watching. Before you leave, if you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, turn on that bell notification. I'll see you guys next time.